Like you men, he's a driver. And it's part of his job to be ready every moment he's behind the wheel to prevent and avoid accidents. So let's explore this problem of safety from the professional driver's point of view, and I think we can come up with some new answers. You're probably wondering what right I've got to be talking about safety. For a good part of my life, my business has been speed. But let me tell you, down at the track, one crack-up and the chances are you won't race again for a long time. So the best drivers are the safe drivers. That's why I've made it a point to study safety from every angle, particularly the professional angle. From all that study, I've come up with 4 principles for guiding the professional driver toward a safe driving record. Here they are. 1, make right practice a habit. 2, concentrate. Keep your mind on the job at all times. 3, keep fit. Physical fitness is much more important than you might think. And 4, you've got to want to be safe. Those are the safety principles of racing drivers. And believe me, it's no different with you fellows. In fact, down at Indianapolis, most of us will admit that you men who wheel the commercial jobs through the cities and around the country need more of that kind of skill than any other driver. Because you're working on roads and streets where nearly everyone else is an amateur. Day after day, year after year, your skill has to be ready, on tap at any instant, to keep you out of a dangerous spot or to get you out of one when some damn fool causes it. So that's what we're talking about when we talk about safety in the transportation industry. It's your skill. That's what you were hired for. That's what you're selling your employer. So let's figure out just what makes a skillful truck, bus, or taxi driver. Let's go back to that driver we were with before. That driver's skill was there when he needed it. Let's see how it worked. He was driving along relaxed, alert, his eyes on the road and his mind on his job. Then suddenly, he saw a situation developing that could become dangerous. His eyes flashed the signal to his brain. The brain considered the situation and made a decision and flashed the signal to the feet. In the meantime, the eyes keep the brain informed of new developments, and the brain makes another decision. This new decision is relayed to the hands, which snap the truck off to the shoulder to save the neck of that wild man. That's the mechanics of your skill. It's the coordination of your eyes, your mind, and your body. See, think, do. See, think, do. Over and over again. If you keep on saying it, it sounds automatic. But that's just where a lot of drivers make their first professional mistake. Don't let the simplicity of that skill pattern fool you. Have you ever watched a youngster learn to drive? Everything he does has to be thought out carefully. Every move requires a decision if he's going to avoid mistakes. The process of thinking and acting, thinking and acting, thinking and acting is a mighty slow business until he's had enough practice that driving seems to be more of a habit. He doesn't seem to have to think about it so deliberately. Perhaps by now you think he's mastered the art. But don't be fooled. All that happened was exactly what happened to you when you developed your skill, a speeding up of the see, think, do process. The faster and more accurate this process became, the better and safer you were driving. And the speed and accuracy of that process is still the basis of your professional driving skill. And that, gentlemen, is your stock in trade. That's the ability you've got to protect and improve if you're going to maintain your performance at the professional level. Now, how are you going to do this? Well, let me tell you about some other skilled professional men that I've known. I used to know a young fighter who seemed to have all the skill in the world. In 38 fights, he hadn't lost a bout. Then, one day, the fellows in the gym noticed he was starting to drop his right on a left lead. He kept doing it in practice, but he kept on winning fights. So nobody did anything about it. But one night he had a really important bout with a tough young kid from the east. The young kid slipped one into that exposed spot, and the promising young fighter stopped promising. All that kid did was to let a small fault become a habit. And that can happen to professional drivers, too. You can get into bad habits, you know, without ever knowing it. So the first principle for maintaining a professional skill is to keep checking your technique. Keep practicing the right way. Right practice. It's a fundamental of every professional I've known. Another threat to your professional skill is right here in your head. On those long trips, it's mighty easy to let your mind wander to more pleasant things. Sometimes it's mighty hard not to. The road gets monotonous, and your brain looks for, more interesting things. Or your personal problems force their way in. Then the control center is all cluttered up. It can't receive those signals your eyes keep sending back. It can't make decisions quickly enough, and now that's principle number 2 for professional driving. Concentrate and don't let anything distract you. But right practice and concentration aren't enough. There's another factor. You've seen it at the ballpark. You've seen a player, say a fielder. He stands out there relaxed and ready, the same as you when you're driving. And when the ball comes his way, he does almost unbelievable things to catch those flies. But the very next day, the same park, same team, same man, and the easy one slipped through his mitt. What makes the difference between a fine professional performance and errors? Most people say it's a slump, but the trainer knows differently. The guy hasn't kept in shape physically. He can't get relaxed and ready because his bowels are all tied up, or he did a little drinking, or he ate food that didn't agree with him. Any one of many things. But the important point is that he wasn't in the proper physical shape to play good ball. And you professional drivers can't deliver a safe performance either, unless you're in tip-top physical condition. So principle number 3 is keep fit. Now here's one more tip for staying in the expert class. It's a thing that occurs right here in your mind and is a bit difficult to explain. It's your attitude. You've seen guys driving who apparently would much rather be somewhere else. They think their job is to get their rig from one spot to another and back again, and take advantage of every opportunity to rule the road. And you've seen drivers who live by the letter